Not the Temptations, Four Tops, or the Supremes. This is the other side of the 60s. Names that burned bright, left one perfect groove, then slipped into the crates. Stay to the end. Our number one is a raspy, gospel-charged anthem that should have been a standard. Number 10, Looking for Love, the Valentinos, 1962. A Cleveland family group steps up with church in the bones and grit in the guitar. Looking for Love doesn't chase polish, it leans into pulse. Tight call and response. A syncopated backbeat that keeps your shoulders moving. The chords feel like Sunday service, but the groove is pure street. A union of choir heat and corner swagger. Listen for the choppy rhythm guitar locking under the hook. It's a preacher's handclap turned into wood and wire. Stacked harmonies feel lived in, not precious. The sound of brothers finishing each other's lines. The group scored a number 8 R&B hit with this era. 2 years later, their It's All Over Now was covered by the Rolling Stones and hit number 1 in the UK, the kind of cover that can eclipse the source. If you're here for roots that still spark, keep your ear on that guitar. From Cleveland's gospel grit, we glide to Chicago's elegant ache. Number 9, I'm Going to Miss You, The Artistics, 1966. Chicago soul wears a suit and still swings. I'm Going to Miss You moves in a minor key, but it never sags. The strings shimmer. The lead sits close to the mic, intimate and calm. The rhythm section sways with restraint. No rush, no drag, just confidence. Listen for the moment the harmony stack blooms on the title line. Tight, even, bittersweet. You can hear the balance this group was known for. Doo-wop discipline, meeting full-room orchestration. They could pivot from up-tempo stompers to lush ballads without losing character. It scored number 9 R&B and number 55 pop for the single. Later work leaned harder into the orchestrated sophistication that would define Chicago's signature sound. Hold that elegance in your ear. Now add strings, falsetto, and a smoother breeze. We're headed to Philadelphia before Philly soul had its full crown. Number 8, Cowboys to Girls, The Intruders, 1968. Before the label era fully formed, the blueprint was already singing. Cowboys to Girls is laid back and polished without feeling slick. Lush strings float. Sweet falsetto blends like cream into coffee. The story is simple, the feeling is clean, and the pocket is relaxed. A slow walk that never gets sleepy. Listen for that easy sway. A 1-2-8 feel that keeps the song grounded as the harmonies lift. Compared to Detroit's grit or Memphis's muscle, this sound is velvet. The arrangement lets each part breathe. When I used to see it jumping rope. It topped the R&B chart and reached number 6 on the Hot 100. Follow-ups like Love is Like a Baseball Game and Together kept deepening the formula. From Philly strings, we cross the Atlantic. The next stop turns heartbreak into a 4-on-the-floor lifeline.
You know what breaks my heart a little? Only 1% of the people who watch R&B vinyl are actually subscribed. 99 out of 100 of you keep coming back, vibing with the grooves, feeling the stories, reliving the voices that built soul itself, but you still haven't hit that button. Think about it. You've spent time here, maybe even rediscovered a song that hit you right in the chest, and yet you're walking away before the next track drops. Subscribing costs nothing, not a cent, but it means you'll never miss the moments that remind you who you were when that record first played. R&B vinyl isn't just music, it's memory, it's heritage. It's the pulse that still beats under everything we love. Don't just listen from the sidelines. Be part of the 1% who keep the soul alive. Hit subscribe, stay, groove, and keep the record spinning with us.
Number 7, Nothing But a Heartache, The Flirtations, 1969. Southern Roots, UK rebirth. After relocating in '67, the Flirtations became a northern soul heartbeat. Nothing but a heartache races forward on 4-on-the-floor drums. Urgent brass accents, soaring soprano harmonies that fly but never fray. The drama feels cinematic, yet the parts are simple and locked. Listen for the relentless kick drum, a dancer's engine, and the way the voices jump on the hook with control and power. Torch song emotion, club floor stamina. Too pop for some American R&B stations then, too soulful for mainstream pop. Perfect for rooms that needed both. Peaked at number 34 on the Hot 100 and grew into a cult floor filler across Europe. If that's transatlantic shine, the next crew took a Memphis horn blast and turned it into a rite of passage. Finding this helpful? Tap subscribe and drop your pick so far. Which one deserves a comeback? Number 6, Soulfinger, The Bar-Kays, 1967. A horn line like a parade turning the corner. Soulfinger is stacked school punch built on a bass vamp so simple and magnetic, you could hum it after one pass. Syncopated horns call. The band answers. Crowd shouts add color at the edges. It's an instrumental that behaves like a hit chorus. Infectious, immediate, impossible to sit still through. Listen for how the brass sits on top of that vamp. Never busy, always bold. The groove makes any room feel like a sidewalk in summer. It shot to number 3 R&B and 2017 Hot 100. Tragedy followed in December 67 with a plane crash that claimed most of the band. Survivors rebuilt and leaned into a harder 70s funk, keeping chart life with cuts like Son of Shaft and Shake Your Rump to the Funk. Strip the vocals, keep the heat. Now take that idea to New Orleans, where groove becomes a science. Number 5, Strut, The Meters. Minimalist second-line funk, swampy organ, clipped guitar. Strut is a masterclass in pocket, not polish. The drums feel loose until you notice how precise each ghost note is. The guitar sketches, the organ hums, and the whole thing locks into a living metronome. Listen for the drum phrasing. Tiny drags and breath-sized spaces that make the beat human. The band says more by playing less. Climb to number 4 R&B and number 23 pop. Instrumentals like Look Ka Pai Pai and Chicken Strut proved you could be unforgettable without a single word. Keep that groove, now add wah wah and heavy organ. Up next, a voice that could level a club without breaking a sweat. Number 4, Hard Times, Baby Huey and the Babysitters. Psychedelic soul with a preacher's thunder. Hard Times throws wah-wah guitar, heavy organ textures, and driving funk rhythms behind a frontman who could shift from sermon to street in a breath. The band surges like live weather. The message stands up to it. Listen for the vocal gear changes. A grit-soaked shout one bar, a spoken proto-rap cadence the next. The arrangement pushes social weight without slowing the engine. After the singer's untimely passing at 26 in 1970, producer Curtis Mayfield assembled the posthumous LP, The Baby Huey Story, The Living Legend. Hard Times and Listen to Me Later became sample gold for A Tribe Called Quest, Ice Cube, and Ghostface Killah. If that was a storm, the next record is a street sign, and a new word for radio. Enjoying the deep cuts? Hit like so more soul fans find these names. Then tell us your sleeper favorite in the comments. Number 3, Funky Broadway, Dyke and the Blazers, 1967. Before funk was a household word, this band put it on wax. Funky Broadway is raw and riff-driven, syncopated horn stabs, gritty rhythm guitar, and a deep pocket bass line that doesn't blink. It's a street-level pivot away from polished R&B towards something leaner and tougher. Listen for the horn punches, short, sharp, and perfectly spaced around the bass riff. That negative space is the groove. reached number 17 R&B and number 65 pop. Wilson Pickett's cover later hit number 1 R&B. Follow-ups like We Got More Soul and Let a Woman Be a Woman, Let a Man Be a Man turned their drum and horn break into future hip-hop fuel. We Stay With One Record changed everything, but this time the revolution hides on the B-side. Number 2, Color Hymn. Father, The Winstons, 1969.
Tired and beat, sits down at the dinner table, has a bite to eat.
Tender, mid-tempo warmth with horns like sunlight through curtains. The lead phrasing is plain-spoken and dignified, the kind of voice you trust on first listen. The backbeat stays steady. The melody does the lifting. Listen for the horn chart supporting the chorus without grandstanding. It feels like a family photo held up to the light.
Color him father. I think I'll color this man love.
Climbed to number 7 on the Hot 100 and earned a Grammy. Flip the record to Amen, Brother, and you hear the crisp drum solo that birthed the 6-second Amen break, sampled millions of times across hip-hop, jungle, and drum and bass.
I'm gonna color this man love, yes I will.
Number 1, She's Some Kind of Wonderful, Soul Brothers 6, 1967. Hand claps on the backbeat. Tight group harmonies answering a voice that feels like late-night revival. John Ellison's lead doesn't aim for pretty, it aims for true. The chorus lifts because the room lifts with it. Pure call and response, pure testifying. Listen for how the harmonies answer the lead line. Stacked, insistent, joyful. You can hear the smile in the phrasing, even when the tone is rough. Syncopated rhythm guitar keeps the floor moving while the voices do the praise work. Peaked at number 91 on the Hot 100. Grand Funk Railroad later covered it and scored a top 5 hit. Proof the groove was undeniable even when the credit drifted. The band's catalog hides more fire. I'll Be Loving You, Somebody Else's Arms, built on that same stacked phrasing and drive. That's the needle drop. 10 names, 10 grooves. One era that still shakes dust from the crate. If this countdown lit up a memory, hit subscribe. More deep dives are on the way.